Hello, my name is Bradley Ingram, and this is the Tournamental project for Full Sail University. In this challenge, we were to implement what's called a driver, which is we take someone else's mechanic and we put it in ourselves to accompany our project, our mechanic we have already put in. So what I put originally was a teleportation. For this one is let's see, it is a limited time pickup. So you pick up a orb from this podium here, and what it does is it opens up a gate, the finish line for a certain number of moves, or what I'm calling time, since it's basically like a turn-based environment. The original creator of this mechanic was Jonathan Morales, and he did a pretty awesome job. I had to make some iterations on it, but it's pretty cool. And I'm going to do a playthrough of 3 different levels that I created. So, and I'll talk a little bit, but not too much. So in this one, I created these barriers so you can't use the original mechanic. Since not quite enough moves, so we're gonna try to find a different route. Didn't quite make that. Here in this level, we actually have to use both of the mechanics. So here I would be able to pick that up, keep going. Obviously, it's way further than we need it to be. And then this here is going to block up the pathway back, so we're just going to leave it open. So here we're just going to mark our tile with our original mechanic. We're going to grab this orb, teleport back, and we open it up. Alright, and we're back to the first level, so I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's actually going on. So, in order to establish this, we had to create a few things. We had to create the actual pickup for the interactable, which will toggle on the new wind tile we created, and it will change the light on here. I had to do a little bit of code inside the player character itself. The original time we did all the added blueprint stuff inside the event graph, but on this one we actually did it here in the movement component. But I'm going to go back to the pickup and we're going to take a look at it. So of course this is interactable, so the very first thing is going to be the interact component, and it's going to call the parent function for it. The next thing is just gonna tell the BP the blueprint to only do it once until it is told until the pickup reset custom event is called. The next thing it is just gonna set this is picked up boolean that we created for this specific blueprint to be set to true, and we're going to play a little sound. So, and then next, just set the visibility of the sphere component of the actual like static mesh of it to be, I guess, invisible. And then here we got a reference of the new wind tile that we created. That way we can actually communicate with that spotlight and change it to green, and then allow you to enter it too. So it'll be like it's open, ready for you. And then this is where we reference the player character, and we set a time variable that we added in to set the time as the maximum time that is available. I'm going to take a look at the new wind tile we created. So the only component we added in was a spotlight for it. And then the only thing I had to do was set that you cannot enter it as soon as the game begins. And going back to the player character, here we had to do a little bit. We just attached it at the end of the movement component stuff. Here we just got a reference to the wind tile level just to verify if we can enter it or not. If we could, then we check to see if the character is moving or not. If not, we're not going to do anything, just same as over here. And then at this time, we used a function that we created that cycles through. What it does, will remove the time cost each time that we move it. So all it does is each time it's called, it just removes the time cost from the time and then resets the time to whatever that new variable was. Player movement, okay. In here, we just referenced the pickup and see if it has been picked up or not. If it hasn't been, then we're not going to do anything at this moment. Here we just check to see if the time has reached 0 or not, because we're cycling through each time the character moves, it cycles, it reduces it, and it just plays a specific sound. So here it will play the pickup end, so it'll be like a swoosh, like powering down, and here it'll just do like a tick. So every time you take a step, it makes a tick sound like it's going down. And this here references the custom wind tile we set, so to set if you can enter it or not. So here it makes it where you cannot enter it, and it sets that spotlight color back to red, indicating that you cannot enter it anymore. And that was after the time variable reaches 0. So once it hits 0, it automatically switches to unable to enter again. Here moving on, next it calls the pickup item in the level to change the visibility of that sphere back to visible, and allows you to pick it up again, or sets the pickup. It is picked up to false again, so it'll allow you to pick it up. And in order to allow you to pick it up again, it calls that reset function that we had in the interactable pickup all the way over here. It uses that same reference we just had. Oh, wrong one. Uses that same reference from right here, and it calls that reset function. For this mechanic, the original creator used the original stamina. As you saw that I used the time variable. I just added another bar and then copied the stamina functions, and inside the character we created the time and max time variables, and we used the same exact function of it to get that to function the same exact way, and it depletes the same exact way. That way you can still use your stamina to push an object or interact with other things. And then here is just on the this is for the other variable, the other component. So that's just about everything we were able to accomplish with this project. Everything works smoothly. Some of the audio is a little loud, but it seems to be good for us. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.